Welcome to episode 2 of Grimoire. I'm Babs, they, them.
I'm Celia, she, her.
And today we are looking at episode 2 of Grimm, Bears Will Be Bears.
This episode aired on the 4th of November in 2011 and written by our friends Dave and Jim. Guess how many people viewed this episode when it was first shown?
6 million?
6.1.
6.1.
Gold star. So, yeah, the English title of this episode is Bears Will Be Bears. The German title of this episode is Bahrenfalle, which means bear trap, which is, as we will find out, I like that. I like the sound of Bahrenfalle. That's a nice roll off the tongue.
Have you prepared for a segment of your...
I have actually. So if you would like to read the opening quote.
I shall. The opening quote, I also have something to say about that.
Okay.
The opening quote is actually... So, I checked what I could find online as the story of the Three Bears, the Grimm version, and this line wasn't in it, but it was in an earlier version, an English version.
An earlier, more disturbing version?
Absolutely more disturbing.
Excellent.
Where the main protagonist is a hideous old crone lady, of course, an ugly old woman.
Yes.
Because they're obviously they commit all the evils in the world.
Yeah, classic.
So the quote is, "She looked in the window and then peeped through the keyhole. Seeing nobody in the house, she lifted the latch."
I need to know a little bit more about the original story now, or were you saving that for later?
I will save that tantalisingly.
Okay. Oh, okay. I am going to completely butcher the German of this. It's a really difficult whole bunch of words to say. I sat down with Google Translate trying to learn how to say it, because they can read it out to you, can't they? If you ever used the Translate. Yeah. I still can't do it. So anyway, sie sah durchs Fenster und später dann durchs Schlüsselloch, ab sie sah, dass niemand zu Haus war, hob sie dann Riegel. Apparently that's the same thing, although Riegel is bolt, not latch.
Well, thank you very much for that, Stephen.
There you go. You know a little bit more German
feel
today.
my German glands growing.
Should we dive straight into the episode?
Indeed.
I feel like we've got a lot to say on this one.
Okay, so scene 1, we open where the camera pans from the forest. Does this suggest it has happened not shortly after the last incident in the forest?
Yeah, I wonder what the time gap was between...
This question is answered slightly later on.
Oh, is it?
So the camera pans from the forest and we see an impressive large house, clearly belonging to the well-heeled.
Beautiful house.
Lit up outside by lots of lights. But no lights on indoors. And 2 figures scamp out of the darkness to break a pane of glass on the front door. They have torches, which make it extra spooky. They break into the house, giggling, and as they pass through the hallway, the camera lingers on the banister, on the end of the banister, lit up by the moonlight, and a little bit by the torches as they pass, is a head of a beast.
Oh, that's, yes.
Of the banister, which seems ominous. The 2 figures pass into the kitchen, switch the lights on, and we see that it is a young couple, a blonde woman and a male, who is also young. And she, of course, does what all Americans do in films, TV series. When you go in a house, you go straight to the fridge. Doesn't matter if it's your house, your friend's house, total stranger's house that you've just smashed the front door open. Straight to the fridge. Completely.
I love the fact that they went there with torches, being really stealthy, and then just turn all the lights on and raid the fridge.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh no, carry on.
I was just going to say I'd really like to talk about the contents of the fridge.
Okay, please do, because I did pay no attention to that whatsoever.
Okay, so I paused on this and lingered for quite some time. And I did see some, what they called Easter eggs.
Okay.
To the Grimm's fairy tale.
Oh, really?
Okay. So, this could be absolute crap.
Okay.
But the version that I read that was the Grimm's fairy tales. Goldilocks was the mother bear made a pudding. It was a new recipe with blueberries and other berries. And in the fridge, in the door, clearly in shot when we see the blonde girl's face, in the door is like tubs and tubs of berries, like blueberries, raspberries. There's like jars of bottles of fruit juice and stuff. So I was like, I really hope that is a conscious nod to the tale.
I love that. Yeah, that had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, while I was there, I just made a few other notes. There's a whole salmon, obviously,
Bears
love salmon. There's also cheese and salami. I mean, that's less like what bears like to eat, but how do we know? We don't.
I can't see a bear turning their nose up at cheese or salami.
No.
They'll eat garbage, so
indeed,
they'd probably be very happy with cheese and salami.
Yeah. And everything, it's so clean. The fridge is so clean, and everything is neatly put away in Tupperware. And to me, that suggests that the people are not really going away for a long period of time.
No, they're taking quite a big risk, aren't they?
Yeah.
With their very frivolous breaking in.
There's like a salad that's got chopped up. This bothered me slightly because there's like a salad. What do they call it? Like a house salad or Americans. What do they call this thing? Where it's got like cucumber, cherry tomatoes chopped up and like bits of lettuce.
Garden salad?
Garden salad, thank you.
You were nearly there with house.
House salad.
What would be in a house salad?
And it's like that clearly it's just going to go really soggy really quickly. There's also some other tasty salads. They're obviously very healthy people. There's like, I think there's a corn salad, like a black bean type thing. There's some pasta and a little
Did I watch
round
this
tub.
scene with my eyes closed?
I always love to scrutinise people's fridge. I have not done that to your fridge, but I did.
No, please don't do that to my fridge, Jesus. You'd never visit again. This would be the final episode.
Okay, I'm done with the fridge now.
Okay, you're done with the fridge. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
What have I got written down here? Okay, so... Oh, then they proceed to have a romantic piss-take rich people party, drinking, talking in posh voices. I believe she's probably wearing a dress that she didn't arrive in. She changed into a black dress, didn't she, with like a rhinestone necklace.
Yeah.
And they're British all of a sudden,
yes.
Which was funny to me. And this, did you ever used to watch Vampire Diaries?
No.
The whole energy of these two in this scene... And like the whole scene as a whole. There was an episode in Vampire Diaries where like two of the characters are just having like a really nice time drinking and partying, and they hadn't broken and entered anywhere. It was their house, but it just like made me feel really nostalgic for Vampire Diaries. So I may have to go and do a Vampire Diaries rewatch as well now. Maybe you need to watch it for the first time. I think I'm probably
going to have to now as well.
I think you might hate Vampire Diaries.
Well, I didn't hate Twilight. I loved it.
I mean, that's true. Ooh, and... No, I'll say it when I get there. Carry on.
Right, back to bears.
Back to bears.
So I would also like to comment that they are clearly not on their first bottle of wine. There are 2 bottles of wine. And...
gone are the days. Gone are the days where I could drink anywhere over 1 bottle of wine.
Yeah, same.
And still be up for... taking the party upstairs, that's for sure.
They have taken the liberty of lighting the fire, having a nice log fire in the hearth, and they've made a little charcuterie board, a little grazing board. They've taken the time to break in and then make themselves a beautiful board of food, and got proper wine glasses. They're not drinking out of the bottles, are they? So they're really committing to the role of pretending to
I'm here for it.
Yes.
Almost a little bit jealous that I would never have that level of abandon.
Yeah. What, to break into someone's house?
Not necessarily to break into someone's house, but just like see them having so much fun together, doing like, just being like a little bit wild. I feel like I've never really done that. I'm obviously a really boring person.
For legal reasons, I cannot comment on whether...
You can tell me later.
So, a scene of devastation, mild devastation, as the blonde decides that she is going to, she goes, ha ha ha, and then randomly throws a glass at the fire, and it
Is
smashes.
that when she runs off?
She's smacked. I think they say like, "Let's go upstairs."
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting because in the book, before Goldilocks or manic, miserable old crone goes upstairs, she sits on the little bear's chair and breaks it. So I appreciated that in this they did have a breakage.
Yes, and that yeah.
So they run upstairs. Obviously, they're going upstairs to bonk.
To what?
To bonk, to fornicate. Yeah,
they're gonna do it.
Doing that hand movement is exactly what. The bloke looks around the bedroom, sort of in awe, but maybe slightly confused, which has lots of antique-looking bear-related paraphernalia in it. And there's a sense of unease, and I believe the music.
There's a bit of, I've got cue spooky music. We found out her name is Gilda.
Yeah.
Gilda Dana. And obviously Gilda is gold, but Dana, I looked up the meaning of that surname, and it just means like someone who darns things.
I did not know Gilda means gold. That's incredible.
Yeah. So could Dana mean like threads? As a like play on hair.
Well, maybe if anyone ever listens to this, they could find out.
They could find out for us and let us know. Yes, absolutely. On our email address that we don't have yet. Because I also looked up Nick's surname. Mm-hmm. Let me find where I've written that down. Yeah, so the name Burkhardt originates from the German name Burghard. Burg meaning fortress or castle, and hard meaning brave, hardy or strong. So either meaning strong fortress or brave protector of the fortress, which I thought was just really lovely that they'd gone into what his surname was. And
I love all those little details. I think that is really great.
And I think like little details like that on a show just like makes it so much more enjoyable to not just watch, but to rewatch and look for stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
She screams and jumps him. They make out for a bit, and then she runs off going like, catch me if you can, and then reappears in a massive fur coat and a hat,
which we see from the back, so we're like, oh!
Is it the bet? No, it's just Gilda dressing up again, and then flashes, now I've written her ? Underwear. Hopefully she didn't just go and put on,
I mean, it was immaculate underwear, and I'd also just like to say again, it's pink.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Pink bag, pink shoes, pink everything in the last one.
Yeah,
and this is pink
bra underwear. Panties. So let's say that it's hers. It fits very well, so it's got to be hers. And then they make out some more, and then we zoom out, don't we? And there's like
I put. They begin the fornication process with rolling around and giggling.
As you do. And then we see a totem pole. I put totem ? Because you can't really tell whether it's just a sculpture or whether it's a totem pole. Totem pole would feel a little problematic here if it was. Is that not?
Is this set in the Pacific West Coast?
I don't know where Portland is. We should probably know this.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah, we
should have looked that up.
Well, I can't look it up on my phone, but
yes.
And then the scary truck drives up the drive with a dead buck on the bonnet.
Gasp. Yeah.
That truck's terrifying as well. If that truck was coming towards me on a dark road and I was like walking, that's a terrifying like silhouette of a truck with all those lights, and obviously the sadly dead creature on the bonnet is. Yeah, it's sending a message, isn't it?
It is like one of those trucks when you watch like The Cabin in the Woods or those films, and then some kind of like wiry kind of strange person is driving it, pulls up and is like, "Hi, can I help you?"
Or is Emmett out of Twilight?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's quite nice. So.
He is quite nice. He does have a truck a bit like that. Gilda hears them, but he just wants to carry on. Obviously, but she convinces him to Well, she gets up and goes and looks out the window, and then it's like, no, fuck, there's some people here. Let's jump out the
quick.
Let's jump out the first story window. Which she successfully does. It's still not very stealthy, but I guess they are pretty hammered.
In the original tale, Goldilocks, or miserable crone lady.
What's she called, crone lady?
Just an old bint or something. Like,
does she not have a name? She's not called Goldilocks.
No, it's like a miserable old woman.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. It's so awful.
Can we call her Goldilocks?
Yeah.
Or Cronylocks?
Cronylocks. So Goldilocks or Cronylocks actually jumps out of the window.
Oh.
And
I love this. Is great.
Never seen again.
She totally gets away with it.
Yeah.
So she jumps out of the window and she's calling for Rocky. Is that the first time we hear his name?
Yeah.
Calling for Rocky to come down, and then he's kind of like pulled back in away from the window, and shadowy violence ensues to the...
I do feel like this is like really tense, this scene, because she drops down to the ground and I was like, oh God, something's gonna get her.
Yeah.
And then
it's not her.
She's like, oh, I'm fine. And then we're like, oh, how are you fine? Because you're outside and the car is there. And then there's the screaming.
It's the scene.
Yeah.
And she books it.
She does. She leaves her boyfriend.
What are you going to do, though, if she can hear these, like,
terrifying
animal sounds?
Yeah, because there's some animal sounds outside as well, still.
Yeah.
Because she gets in her car and she's like, oh, and then she goes, and screeches off into the woods.
Yeah. End scene. And then we're in the hospital.
With Nick.
And a really unbothered doctor.
Yeah.
Like, this doctor's hilarious. Doctors often are in shows like this, aren't they? They're just like there to kind of move a story along a little bit.
Yeah. Put on this white coat, look into the room and say a line, and then...
Like the doctors in Buffy. Do you remember making any note of that? Where the doctors would always just be like, they'd explain everything in like really great detail to people that he knows are not related to whoever's in the hospital bed. And but yeah, just to move along the plot. Anyway, so yeah, we find out that Nick was injected with spider venom, but not enough to paralyze his lungs. Yeah. And the doctor's like, if you feel worse, like, come back, but bye.
Not like, where
the fuck did this spider venom come from?
Yeah.
Let's investigate further. Mm-hmm. Just sends him out. And then...
And Hank is waiting for him.
Hank is waiting for him.
Beautiful partner
Beautiful
that he
Hank.
is. And he asked Nick, like, what did they find? What did they find? And he's like, oh, just a few toxins. And Hank is like, what? Because
quite rightly.
You are on your ass. And this is where we have this episode's camaraderie banter. Okay. Nick says, how do I look? And Hank says, like a cop who's been working all night. Which is my point. It suggests that this is the night after the last one. And it must be
because Maria's... Yeah. Oh, of
the
course.
last episode.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Does confirm that. So Nick retorts, that's funny because that's how you normally look. And then Hank says, then you look good. Little chortle.
Oh. And then Dr. Rose is her name. The lovely doctor who I was racking my brains last time to try and think of what I'd seen her in before. Twilight.
Oh.
Who is she in Twilight? Can you remember? Enter the Memory Palace.
No.
She's the waitress. She's the waitress in the little restaurant who serves...
While Edward watches her eat.
No, not that one. The one that Bella goes to with Charlie. And
with the ketchup.
That scene. Yeah, that waitress. I can't believe that I couldn't put my mind on
That's
that last
incredible.
week. Yeah.
I see her now.
She's been in loads of stuff though. She's been like a day player in loads and loads of stuff. But we find out that Maria's not doing well. And Nick's not allowed to see her at that point, is he?
I have a note that says, in capitals, says, then the snake in the grass, Renard, walks up behind Nick.
Okay, my note says, Captain shows up pretending to be on their side, the fucking snake.
Excellent. He says, "Oh, how's Marie getting on? Can you identify the assailant?" And they check the security footage, but funnily enough, almost as if she knew.
Yeah, where the cameras were.
They can only see the back of
her face.
Nurse Adelaide. What's her name?
Adeline.
Adeline.
I don't know if we've been told that yet.
No.
But...
Oops, sorry.
That's
no,
okay.
I think we have.
Have we?
Yes. I put Adelaide for some reason at the place in
Australia.
There we go. The nurse. Okay.
Back at the precinct. This one thing I did notice about this episode is it's really fast paced, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot. There's like lots of really small scenes in lots of places just continuously throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got an extra who's playing a cop, because I don't know if we ever see him again. Brings in Gilda on a DUI.
Yes.
And my notes are terrible. What have you got to say about this? Because that's all I've written.
Nick goes over to her, presumably to get the story, and then we cut to the cops turning up at the house she was at last night, where she announces, "This is where it happened."
Oh, that's why my notes were shit, because that is what happens next.
It's just it's like quite a cut scene. It's
yeah. And then we've got our sassy cop friend.
Yeah.
Again there, but he's been called in on a breaking and entering by the people who own the house, and I have a little bit of information. I'm not going to release all the information on this actor.
Oh, please.
No, because I'll save some. But one thing that I've always noticed about this character, played by the actor Reggie Lee, is the way that he moves.
Yeah.
He's kind of almost a little bit he's very sassy, a little bit like a cat. He used to be a dancer for Prince.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say like a dancer, and then this is
for fucking Prince.
But no,
I mean, wow. I know, how cool is that?
I was thinking
and he also did a tour with Miss Saigon.
Wow.
And you might recognise this actor from Prison Break. He was in Prison Break for I think a season. He was in Fast and the Furious and Pirates of the Caribbean. So I was looking up him in Pirates of the Caribbean last night. And he's actually singing on the Hoist the Colours song, which I absolutely love. And there was a really cool scene where Keira Knightley's character is singing that song while she's going in the little boat. It's very creepy. And then Reggie Lee's character appears and has a little chat with her, and he's so cool in it. It's made me want to watch those films again. I've got a long list of things to watch again after this episode. So thanks for that. Right.
That's blown my mind. Genuinely.
You're still stuck on Prince.
That's why he's so loosey-goosey.
Yeah, he is. He is loosey-goosey. But we still don't know his name.
So rude that we don't know his name yet.
So they're at the house, which in daylight you can see is like a proper log cabin look. It's not just any old house. This must be an actual house that they went to, not just a set that they built, because that would be really expensive. But it is just like a beautiful giant log chalet, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and we do find out later, how much land this property has. So it's obviously very, very privileged people.
Mm-hmm.
Sassy Cop says that obviously he's there for the breaking and entering. Someone has raided the liquor cabinet, tried on the clothes, and test drove the bed. And Hank says, are there any signs of violence or anything like that? And Sassy Cop says, no blood. The only stain is wine. So they go to meet the owners, a middle-aged white man with a fancy suit jacket and a woman. Nick notices some claw marks on the windowsill inside. Nobody else does, but that's because he has a special spidey sense. He asks if anything's been stolen, and they're not to my knowledge, which is very interesting because within their household is a strange collection, which Hank is particularly drawn to. A collection of artifacts.
What is it he says? It says like a Fijian war club.
I actually did transcribe this. Yeah, he said yes. He says, "Oh, is that a Fijian war club?"
Oh, that must be a New Guinea tribal fork.
Indeed. Oh no, I said indeed again. I had to get Celia to edit out loads of the indeeds I said in the last postcard. Postcard? What's wrong with me?
I edited out like one or two. I was too busy editing out the ums and the pauses.
Then he looks at another artifact and says, "Never seen that one before." And she says, "It's Germanic, very rare, 9000 AD. We belong to organizations that protect native land from development," which I find really interesting because she's white, she's a colonizer, and she's got all of these things from like Fiji and stuff. So I thought, like, do you know what I mean? I'm going to just put that there.
I mean, my quote is, or my note here is, turns out they're just a pair of white people protecting cultural objects by furnishing their homes with it. But I mean, we don't see what they're doing philanthropically out there in the world to protect cultural heritage. But it does seem like stuff like that shouldn't be in a white people's just house on display like that.
Yeah, and also she says to Hank,
it's clearly not all Germanic.
No, it's not. And she says to Hank, like, it's from Fiji and New Guinea. She says, "You have to respect your ancestors, right, detective?" To Hank, because he's black.
And she is white and fucking
And she's
white.
like, "Oh, you know, yeah." He says, "I had to respect mine, otherwise I couldn't sit down for a week." Which is brilliant. He's got some good lines in this.
We get a really cool shot, which I loved, of Nick looking at the bear claw in the case. And this made me misremember something from later on in the episode, even though I have only just watched it like a month or so ago. But when he's looking in the cabinet and you've got the bear claw in the foreground, and then you can Nick's face is in focus, but also like a really clear reflection on the like inside of the glass cabinet of the bear claw, which kind of, to me, I was like, oh, does he use the bear claw on them? But that kind of doesn't really come up again, because it kind of looked almost like Nick could have been holding the bear claw where it was in the reflection. And I was like, oh, that's such a fucking clever shot. That looks so good. But it wasn't foreshadowing at all, because I don't think they even touch the bear claw. They just look at it, which to me feels like a bit of a, maybe it's an intentional misdirect.
We will obviously see the bear. Well, we should probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, as they leave, because they've chatted to everyone, they've done some investigating, blah blah blah. So as they leave, Nick turns to Hank and is like, "Fijian War Club," and Hank says that his second wife was an anthropologist. A second wife? Wow, he's so young.
Yeah. Can you imagine though, like, being married to someone who does that kind of job? You can
but that
imagine
means he's on
that
the
would be really
third
stressful.
wife, and he's like what, like 30?
Is he married at the moment? I'm under the impression he's single.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because he's.
So we don't know how many wives he's had.
Yeah.
That could be just his second wife, like.
Oh, but just sort of in an abstract, distance way, he's saying my second wife, not suggesting he's on his third. But okay, I see what you're saying. She is
just the
behind
second
him.
one in a long line of wives.
Yes.
She was an anthropologist and she knew her Fijian war clubs.
Okay, so then we cut to Rocky in a cave.
He's not at home sleeping it off, is he?
He's not at home sleeping it off. There is a growling, hairy creature sniffing him and slicing him a little bit, which it sounds like he's doing, because there's a kind of screaming, lots of screaming, scream, 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 and then we get the Grimm title.
We get the Grimm title.
With screams in the background and a bit of blood.
Lush.
Yeah, I actually put lovely. Then we're back in the precinct.
Again, Gilda was just having fun. That's her defence. But she is really very sad and very guilt-ridden at leaving Rocky there. I think she did the right thing to run. Like, what the fuck was she going to do?
Yeah. I mean, that would be terrifying. You would kind of be like,
yeah.
I guess your like fight or flight.
Yeah.
Flight would take over, wouldn't it? Yeah. She's having a bit of a bad time. Which is interesting because in the original story, not the original story, in the Grimm version, or in the version that I read, which is just a bit sickly really, Goldilocks, the encounter humbles her It doesn't humble crony locks, just Goldilocks.
She
it
doesn't.
humbles her.
She's got no fucks to give.
She's not. She's
She's
like,
out the window.
I'm off to the next house to steal some apple pies. Cause,
see what's in their fridge.
Like, I'm the boss around here.
And then Hank leaves, and Nick gets all Grimm cop.
Yeah.
And presses her for a little bit more unusual information.
Yes, he says, was it a man? Was it an animal?
But I don't think she really knows, does she? She's just...
She doesn't know. She just knows that something terrible has happened to him. Okay, so Nick then joins Hank on the stairs, putting his jacket on as they walk down. They're talking about Rocky, and Hank suggests that maybe Gilda killed him and is trying to cover it up.
There's a lot of speculation here.
Yeah, Nick obviously has got his little like, oh, I know something's going on here because I saw some scratch marks. So he goes, no, let's just go and look at the house again.
Don't we see... No. And then we cut to the hospital.
Well, no. Auntie Marie Kessler, as I like to call her by her full name, calls Nick on his mobile when he's on the stairs.
Oh, that's right. She needs to see him.
She's calling from the hospital bed and she says, I need to see you now.
She's pretty beat up, isn't she? She looks terrible.
Yeah. The nice nurse, not Aunt Rose, nurse.
Dr. Rose.
Dr. Rose. Not a nurse. Says, did you get... She says...
I'm glitching.
Okay. The nurse says she's very weak.
Oh, that's
you
right.
You might not have it much time.
Of course, because then it's like, it's not a phone call. Then we're at the hospital. Yeah. Like, it's too fast for my brain today. That's right.
So Nick is holding Auntie Marie Kessler's hand.
He's freaking out a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
And she's just like so like confident.
Yeah.
And stoic.
And strong.
And yeah, she's fucking great. I love this actress. And she tells him about the Reapers and that there are more Grimms, and tells him once again to look after the trailer. Yeah, and that the Reapers followed, look after the trailer, but also watch out because the Reapers followed her there, so there may be more of them. It's actually quite a touching moment when he's like... I really love their moments together. Yeah, I did think of you actually when I was watching it. I thought, oh, I bet you're probably feeling the emotion in that scene. And he's like, I don't want you to go. I don't know what to do without you. It's quite moving. Yes, the trailer. The hospital machines then go beep, and he has to leave. Yeah. And then we're back at the Rabe's house. So we find out that their names are Mr. and Mrs. Rabe. Ah. Which is... I didn't notice that. Is it? Oh my God. R-A-B-E. Another little... I felt so intelligent when I noticed that. That's so clever. You're so clever. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I'm just here going, blah, and you're like, I actually have some interesting No, you're there actually making notes. I'm just like, 4-letter words. I can do that. Oh my God. And then the bike hooligans show up as they're driving in. Well, I'd just like to say, just before this, Hank asks how Auntie Marie Kessler is, and he says, she's dying. She's had 2 attempts made on her life, because obviously he's very upset at this moment. So that's very close to being snappy, but not. But he's actually just saying, this is where she is, this is where I am. Then they decide to focus on work, because he doesn't want to clearly talk about it anymore. And the background check Hank has done on the rich people. The Rabes, which I completely missed, and throughout all my notes, I just called them Posh Dad and Posh Mum and Posh House. He says they own 200 square acres, which backs onto the National Forest. So that's 500 square miles of forest, which is a lot. That's a lot of land. Oh, 200 square acres. That's like dream living. Oh, God, so beautiful. I'd take a regular sized tiny little log cabin in the middle of a forest. Yeah, same. Maybe we could have that one and like share it from the dead the wolf from the first pedo one. Wolf. Yeah. Oh God, he was I don't want the pedo cabin. We could knock it down and build a new one. Okay. And then the bike hooligans show up.
Oh.
And they're clearly dicks, or they're behaving really dickishly. That noise, like, fucking pisses me off so much. I was, like, instantly triggered by the sound of, like, they're little motocross bikes, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's also, like, mashed in with some jarring guitar. Because obviously only dickheads like metal.
Yeah.
I like metal, so.
Are you a dickhead?
Yeah, I'm actually a dickhead.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that you're a dickhead too.
I am a dickhead. It is, everyone knows that. Nick says something to the boys.
Yeah, well, and Hank is
he didn't want to clean blood off his car or something.
Oh, does he say
He says
that?
he doesn't like cleaning blood off his car.
And Hank is sort of gets out and is like straight onto business. He's like, have you seen either of these two people? No. Yeah. Take a good look. Yeah.
No one has seen them.
Yeah.
The parents haven't seen them before.
Oh, the parents come out, yeah. And the mum is like, oh, my son, my baby, la la, defensive
Mama
bear thing.
And then, is it Barry? Is the kid's name Barry?
It's Barry.
Barry is just a name that always cracks me up, which is hilarious that he's called Barry. Sorry to all the Barrys out there. Nothing personal. It's blame Barry from EastEnders. And then Barry does the thing.
Barry morphs.
Yeah. Oh, we'll call it that for now.
Yeah. He morphs into a gross, evil-looking creature, which actually looks nothing like a bear.
No.
He's sort of just, I don't even know.
It's horrible.
It's more like a pug.
Unpleasant.
Like a pug that's got a face covered in mud or something. Like
a muddy pug.
Hairy, like mud.
And obviously Nick sees it.
Yeah.
And the dad notices Nick.
Yes.
Seeing it.
Yes, because Nick gulps as well. He goes...
Comedy gulp. And the dad, I really love the dad actor. I did make some notes on him.
I really loved him too.
He's been in NYPD Blue. Curry Graham, his name is. Do you recognise it? Did you ever watch House?
Mm-mm.
He was in House. And The Mentalist. Did you ever watch The Mentalist?
Nope.
Oh, I used to love that show. But he had a few episodes in that. And I really liked him in all of those things. He's been, if you look at his IMDb, he has been a day player on so many shows, but not really had like long ongoing parts in much at all. So, but that must be quite a fun way to like gig as an actor. Just do something different. Oh, I'm a bear today. Oh, now I'm a cop. Oh. Now I'm a rich guy trying to...
And also if people like... Because people do kind of go, oh, I really like that. He was a good actor. He was good. I want it. And then you get this kind of like, oh, he was in this and this and this. So it's actually fun because you're more fun to hunt down.
Yeah. And also, like, because he's been in so much stuff, he seems like more of a big deal. Like, I feel like he should be a Hollywood, like, A-list actor because he's so recognisable. But he's got a really nice face. I like him.
He does have a lovely face, very friendly. But that friendly face does say to Nick, if you want to talk to me, you can call me at my law firm tomorrow. Yeah. Because he is obviously like, grim.
Mum wants him to leave. Dad threatens to lawyer up. And then as they're driving away, you see Dad.
Yeah. Creepy staring.
Creeping out the window at them.
And Hank is like, man, we really hit a nerve. And Nick is like, it's because I'm grim, but I can't tell you.
And then we see the big totem again, which now clearly is a totem.
Yeah, it definitely is a totem.
And now she was insinuating earlier that her ancestors were Germanic. That's not Germanic.
Yes, it's very difficult.
And so here that does feel a lot like appropriation, because are you now appropriating bear myths from many different cultures as your ancestors? And is this kind of saying that...
Let's just think about this. Okay, so Celia, you're a bear.
Yeah, it's
and
known.
You go and you're an English bear, and then
I am a posh English bear. Yes,
but you do have in your heritage, don't you? You in your bloodline, you do have some Swiss German.
Yes.
So you've got that. So
I'm not going
you
to do a
could
Swiss
have-
accent.
So please do.
I don't know how.
Okay. So you have one of these 900 AD Swiss German imitation bear claw things. Okay, but you have settled in
England.
Portland.
Oh, I'm in Portland
You're
now.
in Portland.
Okay.
Okay, and now you have a totem pole for bears, because there are bears in America. So, does that feel that you would collect? Because to me, I still don't. I just feel like they're like chucking loads of bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it feels a little bit disrespectful. But you
Yeah.
see that a lot in these kind of shows.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, on the way to the airport, there is a house, and it has like. No, it's not the airport. Basically, me and Shell it's on the way to the Queen Inn in Cambran, which is an amazing vegan pub, by the way.
there.
Yeah, no, but not for you. For these people.
I just thought it was all about me. Sorry, carry on.
I mean, everything is generally like in my opinion, but so yeah, there is a house, and they've got like a plaster totem pole outside the house, and I was just like, jog on, seriously.
Yeah.
I looked up totem poles.
Yeah.
Rather than idols, the carved figures represent family crests, lineage, and supernatural encounters. They tell stories, honour the dead, and display familial rites and crests, e.g. raven, bear, and eagle. So if this is about lineage, like maybe she has Germanic roots, and maybe the dad, but his roots wouldn't be, because totem poles are like tribal.
Native American.
Yeah. They're like,
it just feels a bit icky.
it does feel icky. It does feel really icky, and it's not cool. That's all.
And I don't think it's necessary. I think you could have invented some other kind of imagery, like they did with the fucking bear claw. Like, is that?
What about just being a bit bizarre here? What about a giant bear sculpture?
I mean, yeah.
You know, like that would be imposing rather than a totem pole.
Yeah, the fact that just didn't need to happen.
It's like using a spiritual thing for like a shock value, which is a bit. Ugh.
It won't be the last time we see that.
Right. In the next scene, who do we see?
Fucking Adland and Snaky Captain again, meeting to discuss getting rid of Marie.
Yes, she is in her lawyer clothes, looking extremely well turned out and professional, walking towards Renard, snake in the grass, who's parked in a big car under a concrete bridge. He basically tells her, to get it done, but to send someone else to get Auntie Marie Kessler, someone that they can trust. And that Auntie Marie Kessler is under an armed guard.
Yeah.
This is what I found really funny. A rather just pleasant looking chap turns up, grabs a part of a scaffolding pipe, hits it on a skip, which is under the bridge, and goes, "Don't you know this is a bad neighborhood?" He didn't look, but you never know.
You never know. But the thing I loved about this scene was that Adeline is just like totally no fucks given, because she knows that she's a Hexen beast. And like the confidence on her face and the amusement on her face as this little pissant is like bashing his pipe around and threatening them. And she's like, okay, you're out of here. And she just takes care of him.
Yeah, she says, "Don't worry, I'll take care of this," and smirks.
I know, I love it. Yeah. I love that smirk. To have that kind of confidence and walk the streets at night would just be every woman's dream, I think.
Yeah, and I found this quite funny because Renard is like still in the car. He's still looking, but he's just winded the window up because clearly there's going to be some blood spraying. So it's like he kind of wants to watch, but he doesn't want to get covered in blood.
Yeah.
So yeah. We cut back to Nick.
Another cut.
Yeah,
I'm so exhausted.
I literally my notes are like break. Nick is Googling totem poles.
Is he Googling cultural appropriation of Native American iconography?
He absolutely should be. Just be.
But he's not.
No. And Juliet comes in with a takeaway. Did you get a note of what she brought with her?
Chinese and donuts.
Wow.
Donuts from, oh no, something beginning with V?
Can't remember.
Victory Donuts.
I'd done too much work on like the fridge, so I sort of
You were exhausted. Yeah, so Chinese food and donuts, and Nick reaches for the donuts and she's like, don't be such a cop. And she's so cute. I love Juliet.
Yeah.
And from some of the stuff I've been looking at to try and like learn bits and pieces to share here, a lot of people, and it's like a lot of people complain about them not having chemistry.
Oh my god.
But I like, they're so sweet and I feel like they have so much chemistry, and this little scene is lovely.
I actually have noted on here in my notes about how affectionate they are.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole episode. There's lots, because they have a lovely moment and some smooching.
Yeah, and then he makes some kind of like innuendo or suggestion, and she says it's just the word pole because he's been looking at totem poles. It just seems they seem really real, and I really like them.
Yeah,
as a pairing.
And then she goes out, doesn't she? She's got such a nice voice as well.
Yeah,
her name's Bitsy
Tulloch.
Bitsy Tulloch. Such a good name that I apparently can't say. Okay, so this is like the next 3 scenes are like cut. So then we cut to the forest at nighttime, and there are 3 lads, and 2 of them are carrying torches, and one of them is carrying what looks like a body wrapped up in some kind of like cotton or something. It looks a bit ominous, doesn't it? That sort of setup, really. You wouldn't be like, oh, that's
my
nice.
assumption is that they're just getting rid of Rocky's body. That's
my
what we're led
assumption
to believe.
too. Yeah. Posh Son tells his friend to chuck the body into the spiky pit. That'll work.
Are they not are they not all brothers?
I think there is 2 friends.
Oh, I thought they were.
Because there's 3 bears in the house.
Oh, for
There's
sure.
a big bear, a mama bear, and a baby bear.
So are the 2 friends also?
I think they're cousins or
Bears.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Okay.
So, he chucks the thing that we think is Rocky down into the pit. It's spiky, but there's no blood. And he goes, "Oh, that'll work." It's not Rocky.
Scarecrow.
It's Scarecrow.
Or whatever you call that.
No, I know it is a Scarecrow.
It is a Scarecrow.
I was like, makeshift human body, but I could have said Scarecrow.
And I'm not. Did they need to do that? Maybe they were just having some fun crafting, because I don't think they needed to chuck a scarecrow made out of sacks and straw into a pit full of spikes to know that that's going to work.
Yeah, because
I think it's pretty obvious
they would have had to weigh Rocky to check
that thing clearly wasn't
as heavy as a no.
But it made for a little foreshadowing, I suppose.
Yes, very ominous.
They've made themselves a little Yellow Jackets trap.
Cut to
Nick in the trailer.
Yeah.
And Marie comes in her hospital gown.
Whilst he's drawing a totem pole.
That's right. And then she says, "Remember what I told you?" And then looks at his drawing and is like, "He'll be more red when the sun goes down." And then she gets a knife out of the cabinet and stabs Nick in the hand. And I love that, because then Nick wakes up. It was clearly a dream sequence, which I felt could have been a bit longer. I really love a dream sequence.
I love that she stabbed him in the hand. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. It was great. I loved that. And I don't know, I feel like maybe I'll touch back on this when we get to the end of the episode. But I feel like that little sequence could have just been a little bit longer, to be a little bit more confusing before we got the wake up. But also it worked. I'm not dissing it. I liked it. But because they were really good on dream sequences in Buffy. And they were always like such a big woven part of the story, weren't they? This doesn't feel like it was entirely necessary.
Yeah.
Even though it's like hinting, but like if we hadn't had that dream sequence, nothing really different would have taken place in the rest of the story. Or am I wrong? Because apparently I didn't watch it.
No, you did watch it. You've got notes that prove that you watch it. I don't know. I feel like maybe the dreams are because his gift is only just really waking up in him. Maybe he only has snippets of dreams, and
Yeah,
maybe they
maybe.
get more elaborate. But I can't remember because it's been like 20 years,
No spoilers.
10 years. Thank you. That's good. So, do you mean you're not going to spoiler it for me
For anyone.
with the dreams? Thank you.
How far have you got on this rewatch? Just out
Like
of interest.
episode 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've just made a note about this. Juliet comforts him, and they do a little smooch. So that's more lovey-dovey good time.
And I love how
chemistry.
she checks his hand.
Oh yeah,
It's very cute. And she's like, nope. And he wants to bonk.
Yes,
Obviously.
absolutely. Because
And she's like, no, I've got to go and operate on a bulldog. I'll see you later.
"Is that what she said?" 'Cause
Yeah.
I couldn't hear.
I've got
what
to
she was
operate
saying.
on a bulldog at 7.
Wow.
Did you know? So when I went back after last time we did this and looked at the deleted scenes on the DVD, did you? Oh, not the yeah, it was the deleted scenes. Did you go and do that?
Is it special features?
Yeah.
No, I haven't done that yet.
So there's a scene in that where they go to a bakery. Nick and Hank go to a bakery, and Bitsy's. It's her bakery. So originally she was going to be a bakery owner, and she like hands him a croissant in a bag and gives him a kiss and sends him on his way. But I think they thought that a bakery was a bit too benign, and the fact that if she's a vet, they can write more stuff for her in the story, which we'll get to. But
and sort of gives her a different like level of, because obviously if you're a baker you work really hard, but if you're and that stuff, it's quite a manual like labour job.
it's not so academic,
Whereas,
is
yeah,
it?
like, if
Whereas
you're
to
a
be
vet,
a vet, that's
it's a lot of study.
I like that she's a vet.
I'm sorry that I keep coughing. Apparently that happens now. Today, lots. Nick, he finally goes to the trailer in real life, IRL, and opens the weapons cupboard. He looks at the back.
And finds the bear claw. So I was wrong
Yeah.
about that they never use it again.
Yes. Finds.
Does he actually use it though? Can't remember.
I don't know.
And then we flashed to Marie. Was it just her voice saying, "You have to hunt down the bad ones"?
Yes.
And finally, guess who's not in the Epstein files?
Oh.
Monroe.
Monroe
is not in the Epstein files. I looked it up. So we got Monroe doing his Pilates. One of my favourite scenes, I think, of the entire series.
I actually had a problem with this because, I actually put, my note is in capital letters, Monroe, my favourite part of the episode. He looks like he's on a rowing machine
lying down.
It's with reformer. His head. I don't know what that is.
Oh, so last episode, he said, I used to be bad, but now I do Pilates. I'm reformed. Which was a hilarious Pilates joke, because the thing that they do Pilates on isn't, you don't just do mat Pilates.
Yeah.
They have like cables and a sliding surface, and you'll have to go and look at it now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so he's on his home reformer.
That's such a good pun as well.
Excellent pun.
He rolls his eyes. Oh wait, no.
Does he know? Do you reckon he smells Nick and he's like, oh, for fuck's sake, this guy?
There's a knock at the door. He rolls his eyes. Then there's more of a knock. Then he goes to answer the door and he rolls his eyes again.
Nick is so rude though. I would be rolling my eyes.
He's very needy. He's a bit like sort of love bombing him. Like he just feels really like.
Well, the way he just like barges in.
He's got bad boundaries.
And
he says, we need to talk. And then Monroe says, not at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't.
But then he gets the bear claw out, and obviously Monroe's immediately into it and starts checking out the claw. Gives it a little sniff.
He kind of like gives him this bag, and then he goes, you ever seen one of these? And then Monroe kind of opens it like really cautiously and then pulls the bear claw out by like a thread and is like, have you ever seen one of these? And he goes, not up close, thank God. Jaeger bars use these for disemboweling. Ugh.
And now he's hungry.
And he says a really good line. Nick presses him for info and he says, what am I, a Grimmopedia? He's very witty.
So he then goes off to make a bagel and a very detailed description of the kind of coffee that he's offered to Nick.
We just in this moment we do get a bit of a sense of like how like actually it's quite difficult for him to be around Nick. Like he's very well humoured, but he does say he hasn't slept for days because he's been having nightmares about Auntie Marie cutting his head off and sticking it on a lamppost, and he reveals that happened to his great grandma. So like I don't think Nick is fully appreciating how difficult this is for him and how terrifying it is.
I guess that's because Nick hasn't really done much grimming yet.
Yeah. But he keeps trying to tell him.
Yeah. But then also, to play Nick's advocate, there's no way that he can even really still connect to Marie being able to do all that stuff because he's never known that, and she's now like frail in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
I love the little comment that Monroe makes saying, "We don't rummage like they do. Don't compare us."
Rummage like? Oh.
He's comparing him to the Jaeger bars.
Yeah.
Like, you like Blute Barts are like Jaeger bars. He's like, no, we don't rummage like they do. Don't compare us.
Yes, he's a far more noble reason.
Have we had that word yet?
I don't know.
No.
I think we did. Did we? I don't know. Because we talked about it loads before the last episode. Just remember. If we haven't, just ignore that.
Okay. And then Nick rudely just leaves.
Well,
leaves the coffee on the side.
Actually, before then, he says that the Jaeger bars use the claw in a ritual called the row hats. It's like a bar mitzvah, except the pounding of chests happens and wailing and some kind of like chase. And then Nick, yes, as you said,
it's a coming of age ceremony. Yeah, and then Nick just leaves.
It is quite rude because that coffee he was saying was
he was really excited about the coffee.
Venezuelan. You know, last night I was like, should I get us some fancy coffee? So I thought, no.
We're at hospital again. Oh my God, we're teleporting at this point. And he's drawing.
Yeah, and Auntie Marie Kessler wakes up and says, "What are you drawing?" Jaeger bar. You saw one? She asks about the situation, and Nick mentions the son is 18, and she says that could be a problem if they're traditional. And informs him that the row hats is a rite of passage where basically they have to get blood on their hands. Dun, dun, dun!
In the red of the sun, which I think is where she made that comment in the dream sequence where she flippantly said to the drawing, "He'll be more red." So yeah. I feel like that was that.
And then flash again, back at the precinct. Hank, it's very quick this scene, isn't it? Hank says, posh son Barry's phone records show he was at the house at the time of the attack, so he's lying.
I didn't write that scene down, so yes, okay.
And the snake in the grass, Renard, he comes in also.
And he pulls Marie's guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The absolute twat.
My hands are tied. Yeah, sure.
Nick calls Monroe to go and fucking babysit Marie, which is pretty ignorant of him.
Yes, and Monroe is pissed off because he's doing really fiddly clockwork. Because because he fixes clocks, he's a clockmaker, isn't it? That would make me so angry. But he manages to answer the phone very courteously because he is a courteous, lovely person. This is kind of funny, the next bit, isn't he? Because we like go to the hospital and Monroe is going, "I don't know, you're out of your mind, Grimm, no." And Nick is like, "Please, please." And then did you get the note on the touching moment between the two of them?
Between Monroe and...
Yes.
Because he trusts him.
Yes. He puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, "Why me?" And Nick says to Monroe, "Because I trust you." Which is lovely. And
so do we.
Yeah.
I trust Monroe. Gilda's back. She's heading to the house with a gun. She's pissed. She's going to go and deal with it herself.
My notes had a bit more...
Okay, Carol, you go first.
No. I feel like I'm just like... Blah, 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 blah. It's just that Monroe is like, "Maybe you shouldn't trust me," when Nick's not in the scene anymore, which is a little ominous.
I missed that.
Yeah, just while staring at Auntie Marie Kessler in a coma. So, you know, that's like, oh, is it all going to kick off? which is fair because his family were murdered by Grimms, as we learn earlier, in extremely violent ways. So, again, like, he's literally, she's there. Mixed emotions, I'd say, is the headline. Yep. So, Hank has, then there's another cut with Hank, and he's like, Gilda's made bail, she's headed to the posh house with Rocky's gun. Ah! And then it cuts to...
How do they know she's got Rocky's gun?
Because she's gone to Rocky's house.
Oh, okay.
To raid his belongings, basically.
So which she gets to the house and she's kind of going for the mum, isn't she?
Yeah, who's got like ridiculous gardening gloves on.
Yeah.
They're like oven mitts. They're like big leather ones for like handling.
I didn't notice that.
They're like, you would use them if you were like...
She was pruning roses.
Yeah, but she's pruning roses with giant clip. She's like pruning roses with a blade, like, you know, and she's being very, very like delicate about it. So it's like these are like cumbersome. They're for like pulling out brambles. So the person who did that element costume clearly knows nothing about gardening.
And then a bear takes Gilda out.
Well, because she's all like, the mum is like, oh, I'm so innocent. Oh, don't assail me with your gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a really quick scene, really quick movement, and Barry the bear has taken her out. And then we kind of like get to see that Mum is not so innocent.
No.
I haven't written down what she says, but...
Barry says, Mum, are you okay? And she says, I am now. And well done, son. Hunting two is better than one. You'll make your ancestors proud.
And then Dad comes back.
Before that, posh Mum kicks Gilda in the face. Sorry, that was really loud. She kicks her in the face because she's going like this, and she goes over and she goes, whack. So yeah,
I did watch it.
She is an ass.
I'm sure I watched it. Yeah, she's...
Oh yeah, and she says, get rid of a truck.
I must have just nodded off or something. I missed that as well. Then Dad comes back. Am I right? Or did I miss anything else?
No,
Well, she's still pruning her roses.
Yeah, delicate.
And Nick and Hank turn up to warn them about Gilda, and the mum doesn't say anything. So, like, she doesn't even seem that bothered, does she?
No, she's actually just sort of...
She's like, oh no, we haven't seen her.
Yeah.
She's not here yet.
Yeah, and she's such a good liar. She's like, oh no, not seen her. And then
she's a good liar to Nick and Hank.
Yeah. The dad is completely shocked though, and he's like, what? Is everything okay? She's like, everything's fine. Of course it's fine, because you have now two people for your sick ritual. Hank says he's going to block the road off in case she shows. Nick now is alone with the parents.
Conveniently.
Yeah.
So he comes clean, and he mentions that he knows what the row huts is, and then I was like, no one does that anymore. And you can tell he's not lying, that he's just like...
Because the dad, nice face.
Yeah.
He's like, no one does that.
Yeah, he's like really genuine. Like that was like really delicate little bit of acting, the way he said that. It's really convincing.
Yeah, very convincing. The mum is all like, I'm not here.
Yeah. But clearly she's not that good a liar, because he's now realised that the mum is behind it all.
Yes, and also like I quite like this because Nick is using what he's doing is he's blending his cop with his Grimm, and he says, you're a lawyer, you know, if they kill Rocky and Gilda, like, you know, this is gonna go down the pan for you and your whole family. So I really like that moment where he is like learning to be both at the same time.
Yeah. Mum storms off, and then the dad goes with Nick to find them. Yeah,
because the dad, I think at this point is like, where are they? Because he's like, okay, this is happening. And she goes, pouty, and walks off.
Yeah,
and
he's like, obviously not into it at all.
Yeah.
And thinks that tradition should be left behind. So he doesn't really hesitate to go with Nick. Takes his jacket off, doesn't he? I was convinced he was going to like strip down and turn into a bear right there in front of us.
Yeah.
It looked like the start of a wear change.
Yeah. He was like, I'm going to loosen my business tie because I'm on hunting my own son now. So he's like, I think I know where they are. And then he's like, let's take my 4-wheel drive because they're going into the national forest. This is very cutty until like near the end, isn't it? Just scene. So,
and
like,
it's weird because looking at my notes with it being so jumpy is exhausting me. But actually the pace of the episode doesn't feel like it's too much.
no.
It's like it all works and it all has to work at the same time, and I think it's really well done. But it makes note taking very difficult.
It does, because also I have to like press enter, make a line. Like, I actually just stopped correcting my typing, just being like, oh, I'm just in a stream of consciousness, because it's just so much. Cut to Gilda moaning in a cave with a fire. The teenagers cutting themselves and smearing their blood on Rocky. And they're enjoying how scared she is, which is really cruel.
It's horrible.
Then we cut to the hospital, where Monroe is ranting at Auntie Marie Kessler, who's lying like seemingly concussed on the bed about people, like about her people murders his family.
I wrote this down because I thought it was so great.
Yeah.
Just because I want to know everything he's got to say. Your people murdered my grandfather, burnt down his farm, cut off his head, his hands and his feet. Okay, he may have deserved it for some of the things he did, but if my parents could see me now, standing this close to you and not avenging the family, last Thanksgiving I'd be invited to, I can tell you that. And then doesn't she just say, give me your best shot, Blute Bud, or something?
Yeah, she has this amazing
She's just like
ability, doesn't she, when everyone thinks she's unconscious in every scene, never see her, and she just goes bonk and her eyes are open. She really practiced that, because actually that was the closing scene of the first episode, was her opening her eyes dramatically from a coma.
Yes. Oh, take your best shot, Blute Bud, she says.
Yeah.
And then
she's a badass.
his eyes go a bit red.
Yes.
And then we see that he sees that there's some kind of person who shouldn't be there.
Yeah, some kind of thug-looking man.
Yeah.
Is like, which, they've clearly recruited someone who's like, and looks shifty as fuck. And he's like, walking towards the thing, and then Monroe with his red eyes, he turns around and then man goes, right, it's like he's gone, not damn right, I'm just wrong room.
But never mind that, we're back in the forest. Nick and Dad are on the little, whatever they're on, golf cart.
Yeah, they get out of this vehicle, golf cart. I thought it looked like a golf cart.
What does he call it?
4x4.
Oh, right, is that it?
But it's a golf cart.
Yeah.
And go in pursuit of where the dad thinks the boys will be, and then it cuts again back to Monroe.
Back into the hospital. And they're in the fucking boiler room.
Yeah.
And
Monroe has like followed the assailant down there.
And Monroe gets a bit of a kicking in this scene, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I didn't really see how this was going to turn out. I thought he was going to get like the shit kicked out of him, and then Nick was going to feel really guilty. But instead he just rips his fucking arm off.
Yeah, because there's two people down there. He's got a friend.
Yeah.
It's like, did they lure him down there?
Yeah, what was the other guy doing down there?
That's why I was like, did they want to lure him away so they could kill him, two of them, and then go and get her?
I mean, if two, why not three, and have someone just up this getting rid of Marie? I don't think Captain Renard is very good at hiring thugs.
No. Yeah, because initially he does get the shit kicked out of him, but then he morphs, which is the word we're using at the moment. He morphs, and he's all like, "Rah!" And he lifts one up and smacks it into the ceiling, and then, oh my god, it's actually comical, isn't it? When the arm comes off.
Yeah.
And
he's like, that went a little too far.
Yeah. He's so well mannered. He's like, that went, yeah, a little too far.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so those are the words you're using.
He looks really young in this scene as well, I made a note of.
I really like his...
It's the boiler house lighting.
Scamper as well, when he's like, I've got to scamper off, but I've morphed, so I'm still wolfy. Okay, now...
Forest!
Exhausting, isn't it? Now we're back at the forest. My God, my emotions.
And the cave is up ahead.
Yeah.
And Nick won't let Dad go alone.
Yeah.
So Dad takes point, and Nick follows behind him with his gun drawn. But they only find clothes in the cave, and everyone is gone.
And Posh Dad picks up the shirt, smells it, and he morphs into a fucking cool hench bear who's actually really fit.
A fit bear.
I know. Yeah, less like a pug, more like a bear. And because he's like really hench as well. It's like he's had an Incredible Hulk moment and gone, and he's like, it started.
And then the chase music ensues.
Oh yeah, and Nick, in that moment, he actually looks terrified of the dad.
He probably wasn't. He was probably just expecting another pug.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, because he raises his gun and he's like, oh, don't come for me. You're not coming for me. Yeah.
So they're now running. There's running through the forest. Gilda and Rocky are being chased. Although it doesn't look like this chase would last longer than 30 seconds.
No.
Because they haven't given them much head start.
No.
And they're like pretty fucked at this point. I mean, there's adrenaline, I suppose. But...
Unless this is up, because this is near the end.
And maybe they've been running a while. Yeah.
Again, we have heavy guitar music because only psychos listen to metal. It's quite quick, this scene, isn't it? It's like they run toward the...
Yeah, they just stop them.
They're like, he's like, get down! Nick comes into the scene, sees them do, it's like, get down. The son approaches holding the claw. Yes, so he must have been just about to disembowel them.
Right. Yeah.
And the touching moment of Posh Dad yells, no, Barry, son, this is over. Just stops now. Such good dad.
And they stop, but then an actual bear.
Yes. Why does she look like an actual bear?
Mate, this fucking sent me. I'm like, why is there an actual bear?
Yeah.
Just running through the forest, and then she ends up in the Yellow Jackets pit.
Yeah, I think she's going for Nick. She's about to try and kill Nick, but she doesn't know there's the spiky pit down there. Because this is clearly the end of the hunt, because they're going to stick him with the sticks, chase them towards the pit. They fall in, get sliced, and then they scrapey. Yeah, scrapey with the claw. But
instead it's Mum in the pit.
Yep. And you hear like, which I don't even know if that's the sound that bears
Pretty sure bears don't make.
It's more of a sound that pugs make.
Can you imagine if it had been just a massive pug?
Yeah. Oh, God, that would have been awful. But it's okay, because it was a bear. Maybe that's why they did that.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was a really odd choice.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I don't feel like this is a spoiler, that never happens again.
Yeah. Good.
They stay within the characters of these creatures that have been invented, not...
Yeah.
Because technically she's a werebear. Not a... whatever they are.
The...
Vesson.
Yeah.
We're saying it.
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler.
No, we said it twice now.
Yeah.
It's kind of integral to the content, really.
So should we just respect your ancestors? She
Yeah.
says it again.
Yeah, because Barry actually shows some remorse. He says, oh, I'm so sorry, Mum. She's like, you've done nothing wrong. And the dad is like, yes, you fucking did.
She is wild.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 3 shirtless boys crammed in the back of the car.
Yep, I've got 3 semi-naked teens in the back of a cop car.
And then Rocky and Gilda in the other. I'm glad they're still getting arrested, right?
Yeah, I think they're going to break up, though. I mean, he'll be like, so...
Either that or they'll be trauma bonded and live a really toxic relationship for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. I've seen pretty toxic before.
Yeah.
And he'll always be like, well, if you don't want to do my laundry, remember that you left me in that house, bitch.
Sassy cop is sassing. I can't remember what he says, but that's all I've written. And then Dad is sad. Nick is mad. And Monroe calls saying he's had to leave due to excess force.
And Mum is bad.
And Mum is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really... So Monroe, he's had to leave.
Yeah, because he's like trying to hide on the phone. He's got blood on his face, and he's like, there's this stretcher in the background with this guy who's got no arm, and he's like,
was it that guy on the stretcher?
Yeah,
I didn't realise that. I just thought it was some other random.
He's like, things have gone a little overboard. You should get here immediately.
But it's okay because there's a fucking killer priest now.
Yeah.
So he's come to finish off the job with a scalpel. which is so scary to me.
Oh, it's gross.
I would rather you had a sword or a gun, but like, there's something just so creepy about how fucking sharp a tiny little scalpel blade is that it really gives me the willies.
Yeah, because it's a surgical knife, so he's nicked it.
Yeah.
Or
he's an opportunist priest.
Yeah, he is. That's really
an opportunist murder priest.
We both did a little together.
Yeah.
He closes the curtain behind him, which I find extremely claustrophobic, and leans down into Auntie Marie Kessler's face. And guess what happens?
Bink!
The eyes!
She's never asleep.
No.
She doesn't sleep. She proper fights him.
Yeah.
Doesn't she? And they end up out in the reception area where she shivs him.
Yeah. Beneath under the ribs.
I cannot. It's literally making me feel sick now just thinking about it.
And then Nick runs over. He's just arrived. He runs over because she's just killed this bloke, and he cradles her, and she whispers it. Did you write this down?
Remember who you are. Trust your instincts and nothing else.
Yeah, and then
she dies.
She looks. She before she dies. She looks at his eyes and like puts her face in front of his till he makes eye contact, and she is looking at him when she dies, which is like,
that's intense,
really intense. But like, I just
maybe that was the last of her grimness transmitting.
Yeah,
but
also it shows how like determined, and strong she is.
She's like, I'm with you up until my exact last moment of time on this.
Yeah.
Oh, I've actually got goosebumps.
Yeah. I actually.
And then she dies, and it's so sad. And he's so just like, because he's holding her like this, and she's just like, oh.
And then a nurse an actual nurse, not me mistaking a female member of staff for a nurse, but it's because I don't know the difference between what people wear.
It's because you didn't Google Dr. Rose.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. Not because I think all women are nurses, because like I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So because also I have breasts. So like, you know, I mean, we could have a whole conversation about gender now, but we can't. Yes, so it is very, very moving, and a actual nurse tries to try and take Auntie Marie out of his arms. I would be like, don't fucking touch her. She's mine.
And then the next thing, we cut to the trailer being moved with Juliet watching from the window.
Very sadly watching from the window, yes.
But that almost, although the next scene does kind of like rectify this, but her being in the window is like showing a little bit of how separate she is from, because I'm assuming that's Nick in the car moving the trailer.
Yeah. And we see this in the first episode, where he's gone in the middle of the night to go in the trailer and she's looking out the window.
Yeah, how she's always...
Oh, the allegory of that pane of glass.
That's made me think of that Stained song.
Which one?
I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I'm not going to sing any more than that.
That was beautiful, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. But then they're at the grave and they're together, and it's a really sweet little moment. Nick's crying isn't very good.
I actually thought it was so authentic because he's just like falling apart. Like,
did you think so? I thought his cry acting was rubbish.
I just thought because it looked so bad, it was really good. Because, you know, like, often crying is like glamorized, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But he just looks terrible. So I was like, wow, that's some good acting. Because you look awful and this is terrible. Juliet says, are you all right? And he says,
I will be?
He says no.
I can't remember.
Yeah, he says no, and there's a pause. And then he sort of straightens himself and he says, but I will be.
Okay.
So it's quite nice because he's acknowledging both things there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that is him making his choice to like accept his fate and listen to his instincts. Like he's listening. He knows he's going to be okay because, you know, she's passed on.
Yeah.
He's not okay because she's died, but he will be okay. I think he means in a wider sense, he will be okay with like being in a Grimm. And something in the background is watching.
There's like a...
Is it a Jaeger bar?
No.
Okay. Well, it looked... I was like...
No, it's not a Jaeger bar. So I was looking it up on... I was looking on one of the pages about the episode. And on this page, it listed the Wesen that we see in the episode, and it was Blutbart Jaeger bars, and then another one, and it had a question mark after it that began with an M. So it's like, I don't know if we ever really find out what that one is.
Oh, really? Wow. We'll have to see if we do.
If we do, I would imagine it will be in the next episode. But then that's it, isn't it?
That is the end. So, how did you find that episode?
I really liked that episode. Yeah, I like the pace of it. I really liked that it wasn't the dad instigating the... What's it called? Rohuts?
Rohuts,
yeah. I really liked that it wasn't just bears being bears or men being men. It was like that it was the mum in charge of that.
Yeah, and you can see, actually, because the son expresses remorse. So she's clearly egged him on and said, you need to do this. And that is such a thing. It's like a bit of social commentary about, like, you know, how parents can kind of, like, polarize their kids.
Yeah.
Like, radicalize them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I loved that whole episode. I still would have liked a little bit more of a longer dream sequence. And also, to go back to the dream sequence, I thought that the knife that she took out of the cabinet was going to have some... Like, I thought he was going to go to the cabinet and find that knife that she used, because I kind of felt like it was a little bit disjointed.
Yeah, why wasn't it the claw?
Yeah. Why didn't she get that out and, like, go to disembowel him with it or something?
Unless the knife, like, features later. You know, is it foreshadowing? I just love... Yeah. I love a bit of foreshadowing. And
I do.
Hope that it is. But
it felt like that was so relevant to that dream. To this episode, sorry, that knife should have been the one that Nick went and found. Because then that would have been, like... Yeah. That would have been really cool, because it would have been like Marie did actually visit him in the dream, because she's given him this bit of information. And that knife that he didn't know was there is actually there.
I think she must have visited him in the dream, because, like, she
said the comment about red.
Yeah.
And about the sun going down.
And she went into the cupboard, the weapons cupboard, where the bear claw that, like, obviously she or someone in there.
So why did she get a knife out? Yeah. That just annoys me. But anyway, like, no, it doesn't annoy me enough to actually be properly annoyed. Because
all feelings are valid. This is a safe space for your feelings about
a safe space knives. For me to be annoyed.
Yeah.
But no, excellent. What about you?
Yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I kind of I feel like they blend very well, like, humour and gore, nasty horrorness. Because the mum being like, I'm just doing the garden. It's like some kind of, like, dark comedy stuff, isn't it? It's like, this is terrible. What's that stepmum, that film Stepmum, where she's a psychopath and she's, like, killing people all the time, but she's a really good mum.
Okay, I don't know.
It's the director who worked with Divine, John Waters.
No,
it's one of his films. It just reminds me of that kind of la-di-da nuclear family thing, and then crazy undercurrent. But I do really like that about the series. I think, you know, it does have a lot to it. It's not just really serious.
Yeah. And I'm really impressed with the amount of detail that they included from the original story in that.
Yeah. Especially, I was like, blueberries.
Because I haven't gone and looked at any of that stuff. I'm leaving that all up to you.
Well, I actually would like to check in the book to see whether there are blueberries mentioned in that. Because sometimes, you know, people put the stories online, because you have the actual book. They put the stories online and then they add in little bits. So... are there blueberries? We saw that last time.
Did we? Lieb and David. Did we see that?
Mm-hmm. Because you told me about your family then.
Oh, okay.
Just for reference, we're looking in Celia's Grimm book, which is a family heirloom.
It was a Christmas. Weihnachten is Christmas, isn't it? Weihnachten?
My mother never
Was that
taught
Christmas
me
Eve?
Austrian because she didn't.
No, this is German.
But they speak the same language.
Okay.
Yeah, but she didn't teach me, so I can't read it.
So 1953. Yeah, my dad would have been like really small then.
Oh. Do you want to show the book to the camera?
I just did.
Oh, sorry.
I'll do it again. It's falling apart though. I feel like I should have white gloves on or something.
Okay, whilst you're looking that up, I'm going to say, so obviously I've said she's a stuck-up, she's written to be described as a stuck-up little lady who breaks into the bear's house in the Grimm's fairy tale, eats their porridge, sleeps in the little bear's bed and breaks the chair, which we already established. They do break in. She does eat their cheese and fruits and wine and then smashes a wine glass as a nod to the tale.
Yeah.
She also has a little tumble with Rocky in the bed because Goldilocks goes to sleep in the bed. Goldilocks or Cronylocks. The line, as I said at the beginning, is not from Grimm's.
I can't. Goldilocks isn't in here.
I think it's called The Three Bears.
Oh.
So, the crone in the older version is described as a meddlesome old woman. It's so awful the way older women were just villainized. It's just so gross. And then it's fed to children. Just how in this, like, the mum has radicalized the son. You know, kids are reading these older stories.
Yeah.
So actually, so Grimm has done because actually this is not particularly like one of Grimm's big fairy tales.
Well, it's not in this book,
so yeah, I think it was probably just popped in later.
There's some very random other tales in here, though. The mouse, the bird, and the sausage.
The sausage.
The cat and mouse in partnership.
Some of them potentially have multiple stories.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm going to put my miniature, my silly little paper academic hat, which I made for myself, which is really tiny and looks like a giant floppy penis flopping around on my head because I'm a total dickhead. Okay, so obviously the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears is about finding a middle ground between two polar opposites, hot and cold. So when she goes in to eat the porridge...
Oh yeah, because it's just right.
Yeah, so it's finding what is just right. So it's like balance. So Nick is struggling with his life when he has the revelation from Auntie Marie Kessler. He's like, what the fuck is happening? He's struggling with his newfound gift and responsibilities. And at the end of the episode, Nick now knows that his purpose as a cop and a Grimm is to stop evil. So he's kind of like between, he's like, real life, Grimm life. You know, how do I get a middle ground? So I kind of was like, oh, maybe this is about him finding that middle ground as well.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, at the end with that line, he's like, are you okay? No, but I will be.
Yeah.
It's because he has decided that he can do it and he will do it. Like, there are also like other opposites in the episode finding balance, like Monroe, obviously, and Auntie Marie Kessler.
Yeah.
You know, they are opposites. I mean, he's very angry with her, and she obviously
would probably happily chop his head off.
Chop his chops. But then actually that resolves itself. He does show like his character in protecting her.
Yeah.
But also ripping the guy's arm off. So, he's still kind of...
It was just, that was an accident. Maybe that guy's arm was hanging off anyway.
Yeah, but he fights against that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and I also agree, I think the arm, that was a bad arm. Yeah, and then obviously you've got like the balance between like traditional like brutal practice that the Jaeger bars have, and then the kind of progressive thing in the family. So I sort of found that really interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
In terms of that tale.
And also like with the line, slightly different to what you're saying, but with the line when Marie, it flashes back to Marie saying you have to kill or you have to hunt down the bad ones.
Yeah.
And then Nick's been shown this family unit where you've got the dad who's not into that shit.
Yeah.
And seems like quite a peaceful guy. And then you've got the mum who is like bloodthirsty.
Mm-hmm.
And then the son in the middle.
Yeah.
So he's the one caught in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of showing Nick that, yeah, like, they're not all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess, like, you've got the Barry Bear being that, like, that middle ground. Although I'm not sure there's a middle ground to be found between traditional violence and being a good person.
No, but there are ways to honour your ancestors, and also other people's, like, cultural items.
Yeah,
Indigenous people's items. Don't fucking touch them.
Yeah.
And give them back.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are ways, aren't there, of like honouring your heritage and your culture, but also maybe being like, oh, well, I don't have to do that thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because we're evolved. Yeah.
We can move on.
That's the end of my notes.
That's the end of my notes. No, my book is blank after that. I'm looking forward to doing the next one because as I was saying to you earlier, I completely half-assed watched that on my last rewatch, so I feel like this one I can't remember the next episode. So that's going to be fun.
The next episode is exciting for me because it's got an actress in it that I really like.
Who's in it?
Well, Nana Visitor, who plays Kira Nerys in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
So I haven't got to Deep Space Nine yet, so
goodness
I don't recognise her from that. I'm barely through season 2 of Next Generation, so I haven't watched it in ages. But now I've got to do Vampire Diaries.
I mean, there's so much.
And Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I'm actually tempted to start Vampire Diaries, but I just don't have much time. So I like to watch series of like fantasy series, as we do clearly, but my beautiful wife does not like watching.
That's rough.
Yeah. So especially the sorts of things I like, they kind of like roll their eyes, but obviously they're very happy that I'm really into what I'm into and that kind of thing. But obviously, yes, it's very hard. I have to kind of watch, just to bring up that when I had to finish watching Buffy, which I never actually finished watching when I was a teenager, Celia was my emotional support
Buffy therapist,
because I watched it at 5 a.m. when I just like dropped Shell at work, and then I would text you like really
I'd
early
wake up to like a series of like exclamations, depending on what was going on in that episode. It was great. I loved it.
It was amazing for me, but I also felt like I was going a bit mad because I was like, it was always at the same time in the morning, and it was very very early, and no one was around, and I was just texting you with all this stuff.
But it is so nice, like we said before, it is so nice to share those things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I would have been sad if I hadn't, like, and you know, been able to talk about it with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, and you love it so much. I keep thinking we should do a Buffy podcast.
There's too many of those.
I know.
There's too many of them.
I know.
And especially with, like, the Buffy reboot that's coming out soon, there's going to be everything Buffy.
Everything.
But speaking of reboots, there is rumoured Grimm movie and a series as well.
A series?
So the Grimm movie is apparently in the works, and they're talking to original cast members and stuff. And I have seen from sources like talking about the series that they want to make, and they want to call it like Grimm Legacies or something. Ooh. So visiting 10 years after.
Do you think,
when it ended,
without any spoilers, that maybe some of the characters who were there in the end might be?
Yeah, well, I think they're on about what they're, because they've been talking to like the main cast members.
That's so
like
exciting.
David's on board and stuff, but then I kept going on websites last night, the ones that are like, you've got a virus, press on this. So I couldn't. They were all like scam websites trying to just get me to click on dodgy links. So I couldn't properly find out any more about it. But like, I think we are going to get something Grimm or something from the Grimm universe at some point.
That's amazing.
Which would be amazing.
Yes.
The special effects are going to be so special.
Yeah.
Although it almost might be a bit sad.
Yeah, because I actually
Not to have the pugs.
I do really love these terrible ones. That, you know.
So
All right.
that would be great. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that.
I've managed to eat 3 blueberries, and I don't think that you can hear it, but this is a really good microphone, so sorry if you can.
What are they like?
They're actually really nice.
Are they really hard?
No, well, they're...
Because I am really funny with blueberries.
Do they have to be really hard?
Yes,
Yes, they are.
They've got to be poppers.
They're very firm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, I got these because the fridge.
Because of the blueberries.
And I'm glad I did.
Nice touch.
So now we can just eat these. So we have to say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.